Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving headfirst into one of the most vibrant, absolutely fascinating destinations on the planet, Singapore. We've taken a literal mountain of travel data, Michelin guides, and local secrets, and synthesized it all to build you the ultimate, foolproof 7-day action plan. But listen, we aren't just giving you a list of places to stand around and look at. No way. We're pairing the absolute best, world-class sites directly with Michelin-recommended local hawker dishes. It's what we call the ultimate sight and bite strategy, making sure you taste the culture exactly where you experience it. Let's get into it.
All right, here is our quick roadmap for today. We'll start with Welcome to the Lion City, followed by days 1 and 2, then days 3 and 4, move into days 5 and 6, and finally, day 7 and wrap up. By the end of this, you are going to have a perfectly balanced itinerary.
Welcome to the Lion City.
You know, when we talk about international travel, safety is usually the biggest mental hurdle, right? But incredibly, the chance of violent crime in Singapore is practically zero. It is arguably the safest country in the entire world. I mean, people literally leave their smartphones on tables just to reserve a seat at the food court. And this absolute peace of mind, it's a total game changer. It means you can spend 100% of your energy exploring, eating, and just enjoying yourself, rather than constantly looking over your shoulder.
So how are we getting around? Well, you've definitely got options. While ride shares like Grab are available, they are significantly pricier here than in neighboring countries. So here is the crucial takeaway. The highly efficient MRT metro system is going to be the absolute backbone of our 7-day itinerary. It's ridiculously cheap, it's spotlessly clean, and maybe best of all, it keeps you out of the intense midday heat and those sudden tropical rain showers.
Section 2, days 1 and 2.
We are kicking things off with high-impact, world-famous sites. Day 1 is all about those futuristic urban nature marvels right in the Central Bay Area. Then, for Day 2, we're crossing the water for a full day of thrilling island adventures.
Your very first major activity is the iconic Gardens by the Bay. You'll spend the morning soaking in the luxury of Marina Bay sands, but by the afternoon, you are stepping into the Flower Dome and the spectacular cloud forest. Just imagine walking into a gigantic, climate-controlled glass dome, completely surrounded by a mist-filled landscape and a towering indoor waterfall. It's this wild sensory experience that completely redefines what a botanical garden can actually be. So what on earth do we eat after marveling at futuristic super trees? You pair those modern marvels with an absolute classic, satay. Think of smoky, charred perfection. We're talking skewers of chicken, beef, or mutton, marinated in turmeric and lemongrass and grilled right over an open flame. But the real magic? Dipping it into a rich, savory, and slightly sweet, chunky peanut sauce. It is the perfect communal evening bite to kick off your whole trip.
Let's transition to day 2. We are heading over to Sentosa Island. This is essentially Singapore's dedicated playground, sitting right off the southern shore. You can actually take a scenic cable car right over the water to get there, which is amazing. Whether you're hitting the white sand beaches, exploring the massive SEA aquarium, or soaking in the cinematic magic of Universal Studios, this is your dedicated day for high-energy, family-friendly thrills. And to refuel from a long day at the theme park, we're bringing you to Singapore's absolute, undisputed signature dish, Hainanese chicken rice. Now, I know it sounds simple, but the execution here is literally a culinary art form. We're talking about perfectly poached, incredibly juicy chicken resting on top of subtle, fragrant rice that's been cooked in rich chicken broth, ginger, garlic, and pandan leaves. Add just a little bit of their signature chili garlic dip, and you'll instantly understand why this dish has a massive cult following.
Section 3, days 3 and 4. Here is how we're structuring this next block. Day 3 grounds you in Singapore's rich colonial history right in the city center. Then, for Day 4, we are drastically shifting gears and heading up north for some of the most majestic animal encounters you can find anywhere in the world.
Day 3 invites you to just wander the Civic District. This is the spot where Singapore's past and future literally sit side by side. You'll stroll among grand historic buildings that have been beautifully preserved. A major must-do highlight here is the National Gallery. Housed in the former City Hall and Supreme Court, it boasts over 8,000 works of art. It is a gorgeous, beautifully air-conditioned deep dive into Southeast Asian culture.
Now, to complement a morning steeped in history, we are eating a bowl of history itself, bak kut teh. Brought over by early Hokkien and Teochew immigrants, this is a fiercely comforting, robustly spiced pork rib soup.
It's simmered for hours and hours so the meat just falls off the bone, and the broth. It packs a serious punch of white pepper and garlic. Dip some crispy fried dough sticks into that peppery broth, and honestly, it is absolute heaven. Day 4 takes us away from the concrete and right into the lush, wild greenery of Mandai up in northern Singapore. This is the ultimate hub for nature-themed attractions. You can walk through massive naturalistic aviaries at Bird Paradise or visit the world-renowned Singapore Zoo, where the animals roam in beautifully designed open habitats. It is a breathtaking escape into nature, and you don't even have to leave the island. Following that incredible zoo trip, we are hunting down a plate of chai tao kueh. This is famously known as fried carrot cake. But here's the crazy part. There is literally zero orange carrot in it. It's actually a steamed radish cake, cubed up and then masterfully fried in a searing hot wok with eggs, garlic, and preserved radish. That intense heat creates something called wok hei, this smoky, caramelized exterior that gives the dish a totally irresistible, umami-packed flavor. You've got to try it. Section 4, Days 5 and 6. All right, Day 5 plunges you right into the vibrant, bustling streets and mega hawker centers of Chinatown. Then, Day 6 is your flex day. We're taking you far away from the crowds to explore some of Singapore's quietest, most surprising hidden corners. On Day 5, you'll explore Chinatown. And listen, this isn't just some historic relic. It is an eclectic, living neighborhood where the old completely meets the new. You'll see stunning architecture, like the towering Buddha Tooth Relic Temple, sitting right alongside kitschy, modern cafes. It's just an incredible place to simply walk, absorb the colors, smell the spices in the air, and watch the city pulse around you. While you're out exploring those colorful streets, you need a bite that won't weigh you down. Enter the popia. This is a delicate, fresh spring roll wrapped up in a paper-thin wheat skin. Inside is just a textural explosion. Sweet, stewed turnips, crunchy bean sprouts, maybe a little shrimp, all tied together with a smear of sweet hoisin sauce and a quick dash of chili. It is the absolute perfect, light, savory walking snack. Now, most tourists never see these places. For Day 6, we strongly encourage you to break away from the pack. Choose your own hidden gem adventure. You could trek through the raw, wild mangroves at Sungai Buloh to spot crocodiles. You could hunt for those highly nostalgic street art murals on Everton Road, or simply escape the city noise in the tranquil, lush green oasis of Pearls Hill City Park. And what's the perfect reward for discovering those secret spots? The ultimate local comfort food, bok chor mee. This dish is a total masterclass in flavor balance. You get these springy, al dente egg noodles, aggressively tossed in a punchy, tangy vinegar and chili dressing, and then it's generously topped with savory minced pork and braised mushrooms. It's tangy, it's savory, it's spicy. It literally hits every single taste bud. Section 5, Day 7, and wrap up. For Day 7, we seamlessly pair the sight and the bite into one magnificent neighborhood on the East Coast, Katong Juchiat. First, you'll walk among rows of stunning, rainbow-hued Peranakan heritage shophouses. It's an absolute visual feast of pastel tiles and ornate architecture. And directly corresponding to that vibrant culture is the food, Katong Laksa. It's a piping hot, incredibly rich and spicy coconut milk-based noodle soup. The creamy orange-red broth perfectly matches the colorful streets you just walked down. Truly, it is the ultimate finale. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of our ultimate 7-day action plan. We've gone everywhere from the futuristic cloud forest with some smoky sauté, all the way to wild mangroves paired with tangy bok chor mee. The structure is there, the logistics are incredibly easy, and the food is undeniably world-class. So I have to ask you, looking at this plan, which sight and bite combination are you booking first? Let that question inspire your itinerary, pack your bags, and get ready for an absolutely incredible adventure. Thanks for learning with us today on The Explainer.